taking it. I'm taking it. You know the crossovers. If I mess up it, What's up, guys? Zackatar back with another How to Drums. Today we are working on Blue Devils 2014 Part 3. I'm gonna change things up this time. I'm gonna give you guys some overall tips to look out throughout the piece, and then I'm gonna go into the deeper nitpick stuff that might help you learn the sheets and avoid what I did wrong. My first overall tip is that this piece is very deceivingly easy. Like, it looks very easy because of the rhythms. There's no hard like 5/3s or anything like that. What gets it is the speed. If you don't play it slow and go up to the speed, you're going to fail. To piggyback off of that, we've got fast rhythms with fast diddles. You need to focus on having a good hand speed. And when I mean hand, I'm not just talking about your hand, I'm talking about your arm too. You need to incorporate both of them to get something consistent so that you can copy paste it throughout the entire thing. Last overall tip, there's some stuff that isn't necessary to have or play. For instance, there's a bunch of stick changes. I suggest playing it with your regular sticks first before adding in the puffies, the rod, and whatever. Because if you can't get the rhythms with normal sticks, you're not gonna get it with that stuff. Unnecessary playing that I'm talking about is the beginning, where it's kind of like solos for each player. There's stuff that I can't play anymore because I'm washed, but we'll get into that. So now to get into specifics, this first part, again, you don't have to play the 30-second notes. It's kind of solos and showing off what people can do. If you want to and want to try and practice it, you need to use a lot of finger, and you need to separate them first, right? Get the bass rhythm, and then interlace them. This part, puffies, they look like these. This first bar right here, you do not want to move your shoulders left and right because you'll be wearing a harness, theoretically. So what I would do is find the closest distance and just practice each note, right? Transition. And then just go back down. And then when you're ready, do it all together. Okay, so we're back at this part. We're back at Vegas, and this is what Vegas look like. I kind of cheated. If you saw in the video, I was like ghost playing the triplets to get ready for this part. You just have to subdivide in your head like the triplets, so that when you go into the play, you're ready for it, and then you gotta have that, you gotta memorize that hand speed, and just that, copy paste it throughout this entire thing where there's triplets. I found for me, I was always playing it too fast, so try and slow it down a little bit and see what works for you. This bar right here, kind of like part 1. If you haven't seen it, go look at that video, but we're here with a bunch of lefts. You really need to use some finger, like not just wrist, to get those notes out, but really be prepared for whatever comes next. So right here we have into a buzz, so you gotta practice like that transition right there. Other bar, right, you go up, 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 right? Left hand has to jump over to drum 1 to do that part. Speaking of that part, I messed it up pretty bad, to be honest. It's just because I wasn't ready for the 3 here. Left hand, right? It's just a 3. So you just need to not move too fast, not too slow, find the shortest distance. This part's not too hard. It's probably my favorite part, to be honest, but realistically, you need to watch out for what you're playing. You need to look at the rounds, the stick height, the sticking, you know? Everything here looks like it's all close to one line, especially since it's majorly on spike and spock. So you really need to dissect what you're playing, because this ruined like half my runs because I just kept on playing the wrong thing. Alright, so we get to the bane of my existence. Realistically, when it comes to practicing this accelerando, it's very difficult because it's more of a listening game. I'd say at the 90 BPM, the notes feel like 8th notes from the previous BPM. And you just accelerando from there. 6-tuplets start at like 76. I think of it more like, they kind of feel like 9s, maybe. But, you know, all these numbers being thrown out and everything is just really difficult. My only suggestion is playing it with the audio and just trying to get used to it. 132 is the fastest that these 6-tuplets go to, but the moment you get into the next bar, it does go to 156, which will be the remainder of the piece. The biggest thing I can suggest for here is making sure that you practice just the bass rhythms, as always. So, not having those diddles will help you solidify the speed and everything, and then you can just easily add them in. I'm gonna show you, this is what a rod looks like. There's 2 types, if I remember. These are hot rods. They're just a bunch of sticks. And then there's lightning rods that are like thicker, that get a louder sound, I think. This last part is just trying to figure out what notes you play, what notes you don't. Right hand is always playing, left hand is always a ghost, and I think these more double stops and flams. I don't even think they play the flams or like move their stick for it. I think they just hover over for the visual. Right after that, you gotta have a good hand speed for the diddles, and then you go into the 8th notes, which you wanna try and go for as high as you can, but when you're crossing over, you just need to be ready for the speed and don't hurt yourself trying to push too much volume. That's pretty much it for this piece. Like I said, it's all very deceivingly easy. Got little things all over the place that you really need to focus on, especially the rounds. And just, like I said in the overall tips, play slow to fast. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm gonna go ahead and get the next part out at some point. Right, we're working on all 4 parts. And then after that, I'm gonna get into some good, easy how to drum stuff while I cook up my next thing. So if you have any suggestions or questions on just quad stuff in general, go ahead and put them in the comments. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in the next one. See ya!